listening to the Fours Up Podcast with your host, Marsh.
What up? What up, Canes fans? It is the Fours Up Podcast. It is Tuesday, July 14th, and it is a beautiful day to podcast. As always, it's your boy Marsh, and as always, I am joined by the one and only God's favorite child, my wonderful producer and co-host Jordan Nelson. Jordan, how are we feeling today?
I took a bow just barely, just so you know. Thank you for that magnificent introduction.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know if I was feeling the spirit, but I am just so excited for this episode because we have two of my favorite people coming on today. We got Gaby Urrutia coming on first, and then RomanCane coming on after that. And so I am hyped. We have so much to get to. I wanted to address two things first, and we're going to talk about this in the show. Okay, first off, good news. Good news first. Derek King was named to the Davy O'Brien Award watch list today.
Huh? Yeah.
Yay! He's so good. So that's the good news. I mean, it's not surprising. He's going to freaking ball his ass out this year for the Hurricanes at quarterback. He is God's other favorite child. Here's the second thing, and this is the thing that if you saw me on Twitter today, I was a lunatic. I was sounding like the Marsh of old. ESPN. The almighty ESPN, you know them, they're great. They released their ACC preseason rankings, and FSU was number 4, and your Miami Hurricanes, the team who has beaten FSU 3 straight years, the team that has clearly more talent, was 7th.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude. When I think about that, my mind is just flooded with all the normal middle school insults that you can't say anymore, you know?
It's like I thought this was ESPN. I thought they were smart.
No, they're apparently they're not. Apparently they're not at all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to dive into this a little cuz I'm so flabbergasted because it's so, and they were ranked, I think they were ranked ahead of North Carolina too. Now that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like they had Louisville at number 3 and UNC at 5 and Miami at 7 and FSU with 9th year senior James Blackman at quarterback number 4.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, dude.
Like, I should not be this mad. And honestly, I don't care that we're 7th. Like, we went 6-7 last year. I really don't care. The only thing that pisses me off is that FSU is above us because I don't care if it's racquetball. I don't care if it's football in November. I don't care if it's preseason rankings by a possible fake ESPN account. If we lose to FSU, I will get mad. I will retaliate, and I will fight for my right, and I will fight for my Canes.
I'll fight for my right to party.
I ain't no bitch. Okay, is Gaby ready?
He is ready. He's born ready.
I love him. Let's get him on.
Cool. Gaby, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Gaby!
What's good, Marsh?
What's going on, man? Gaby Urrutia from 247 Sports is back on the show. One of my favorite people, not just in Canes. Gaby's just one of my favorite people in general. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I got no complaints right now, honestly, man. I'm doing all right. How are you guys? How you guys doing?
We're good, man. We're good. Hey,
so Gaby and I are getting ready to become college graduates.
Yep. That's exciting, man.
Praise the Lord, man.
Yeah, man. We've had extensive conversations about how long we've been waiting for this day to come.
Dude, we were having that conversation like last April.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so dude,
last time we had you on, Gaby, it was the day before you announced that you were going with 247. So last time you were on, you had announced that you were done with State of the U. But would you mind just telling us how the 247 gig is going so far? And congrats, by the way, man. It's cool seeing your name, up in lights, with that info and stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that, man. It's been great, honestly. Like I'm really just so grateful to have gotten the opportunity. I don't really know how much, like, I just feel like it still feels like surreal to me, like I feel like 24/7 Sports is one of those places where it's just like I've always kind of looked at that as like the source of information, and it's kind of like, I kind of like I feel honored, like I feel like I deserved it. I do feel like I worked hard, and I don't say that in like an arrogance. Like I say that just because I really do believe I put in the work and all that stuff. But at the same time, you definitely feel like that responsibility to provide quality content. And at first I was like, can I do this? Like this is much different than like the work I was doing before. But then you kind of get into it, and you see kind of like what's really cool about the company is like, you have so much support from everyone across the entire network. Like this isn't something that you're diving into alone and you're expected to just like hit the ground running and figure out. Like Andrew Ivins has been such an incredible mentor. He's bestowed so much knowledge upon me and just helped me really just like find my footing in this new field. And I'm really grateful for him, and just like the time that he's invested in me, and just for him like believing in me, and just everyone else in the company. It really is a collective effort, between like finding information, finding sources and all that stuff. It's that's what makes the company so special. That's what makes it run so well, and I'm honestly just really happy to be a part of it, and I'm excited about what the future holds, because I know that this is just the beginning, and I'm honestly just grateful. That's really the word. I still kind of pinch myself whenever I see my name, like my byline, come up on InsideTheU.com.
Dude, it makes me feel like a proud brother or something. Maybe besides your fiance, I don't know if there's anyone prouder than I was. So for those of you who don't know, Gabby and I were part of the same quote unquote recruiting class for State of the U back in, when was that? Like May 2018?
Yeah, I think so, around that time.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago, but I mean, Gabby is one of the hardest workers I know. So professional too. He's not an annoying asshole on Twitter like I am. Like the kid is like the best kind of people. Great brother too. We love your brother. So, dude, yeah, you are killing it. And dude, this is what we wanted, man. This is what we talked about like so many times. Like this is it, and you're doing it, man. So again, congrats, man.
Thanks, man. You're right on the way, man. I believe that. Hey. You're right behind me.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Okay, so let's get into this thing. The first thing I wanted to ask you, we're gonna talk about Kamren, Kinchens, things like that. But did you see ESPN's preseason rankings for the ACC?
I did. I didn't see them like officially from ESPN, so I'm not sure if they are like actually ESPN's, but if they are, I have some. They're suspect, to say the least. They're definitely suspect.
Hey, yeah. So FSU at 4 and Miami 7. I get riled up by that, like, and I act, I overreact and I get angry. What were your thoughts? And like, do you think I just don't get it, because there's no way in hell that FSU it has more talent than Miami.
Yeah, no. The response on your end is definitely warranted. Like I just feel like any rational person watching college football, despite how bad Miami finished, can kind of put 2 and 2 together and be like, all right, Miami's not the 7th best team in the ACC, and Florida State probably isn't the 4th best team in the ACC. I'm not even mad about like them being ahead of Miami or whatever. Just the fact that they're 4th. I believe they're ahead of UNC, and that's just a big no. I think Louisville is super high too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were like 3rd, or I mean, I remember just seeing Louisville way up there too. To me, it doesn't make sense. Honestly, I kind of throw that away and just be like, all right, whoever put this list together is either trolling, trying to get. I understand it's slow. There's no sports going on. It's very easy to throw Miami on the bottom of that list and know you're gonna get the clicks. You're gonna get the responses that you kind of want. And I just don't see any validity in it, honestly. That's probably why I didn't get like upset. I was just like, okay, like this is just a little ridiculous.
So I mean, because I've been saying for a while now, like, and like I respect FSU, like they're definitely our rival, but like
Definitely.
I don't see them being very successful this season. Like I don't like James, like I'm not a James Blackman fan. Their offensive line is still not great.
Yeah.
Besides Terry at receiver and Marvin Wilson at DT, who are like big name guys like that would elevate them to even be in the conversation of being more talented than a team with De'Ara King, Brevin Jordan, Quincy Roche, Greg Rousseau. Like I don't know. I just don't get it, but I just had to ask you because it's been driving me crazy, and I don't know if it is a real ESPN account, but man. Woo.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, they got a couple guys. You know, they're always gonna be talented, but I just feel like there's just so many like deeply rooted issues at Florida State that are just gonna. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
It's a little similar to Miami last year. They just seem like they have a lot more problems off the football field.
Definitely, yeah. And I just feel like that there's just something that's going on in Florida. I feel like it's been for a couple of years now, really since Jimbo left, like, or even that last year that Jimbo was there. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of things that just aren't right about the program right now. They just haven't been able to figure out. I just don't think there's any like real structure over there. And I just think that for those reasons, like they're talented, you know, they got guys. Like I know Durden on the defensive line is also good. You know, they got LeBourne, they got the transfer from Texas A&M, they got Asante Samuels, but still, like it just feel like there's talent there, but it never seems to like really come together. I definitely don't see them being a top 7 team in the ACC. I don't think anyone in their right mind would believe that Florida State is better than the other 8 teams in the ACC. It's just not going to happen.
Well, and I have all these FSU folk just going at me say, well, FSU is actually supposed to be better this year. I'm like, in what world? Like, I just, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Okay, Kamren Kinchens. I am stoked, Gabby. I am so excited. I love this kid's film. I love, you know, he's a playmaker, but great tackler as well. He's everything that you want in a safety. What do you think this means for Miami's 2021 class, their future at the safety position, and how do you think he will fit into, you know, the Miami defense?
Yeah, Kamren Kinchens is a huge addition, and I think the fact that Miami won yet another battle over an SEC program, I think that just speaks volumes to kind of like where Miami's at right now on the recruiting trail. You know, this is a kid that a couple cycles ago might have slipped away to Auburn. You know, we would have probably seen the same situation with Romello Brinson, see him maybe take off to a Texas A&M, maybe take off to a Georgia, but Miami's doing a really, really good job of kind of keeping these kids home. So I think that Kinchens is a huge addition to the class. As far as like what he brings is just, you know, this is a kid that, you know, he's 5'11", 200 pounds. You know, he definitely has the ball skills to play safety. You know, he's going to become this is going to be his 3rd consecutive year starting for a Northwestern team that's won 3 straight state titles. So this is a kid with a ton of talent that has those ball hawking abilities, but he's also versatile enough to potentially, you know, come into the box and play some, like, you know, just pretty much move down and kind of you're able to move him around on the defense, which is something that Miami's kind of been recruiting for. You know, almost like if you're kind of read the tea leaves, you kind of see that Miami's recruiting a lot of those types of kids, like positionless guys where, you know, you're able to kind of move him around. You saw with Frierson, he was kind of recruited as a cornerback, but then he played safety and he's moving to striker. Keontra Smith was a safety that's moving to striker. You know, all these guys that you can kind of move them around. And I feel like that's that modern style of defense. Like I feel like Kinchens really fits what this defensive staff is trying to do with just like, you know, athletic guys that are able to do a bunch of different things well, that are fast, you know, that are able to react and just play that just like aggressive style of defense that Manny Diaz likes. So yeah, I think Kinchens is a great addition to the secondary room. I think he fits in really well with the rest of the group of guys over there. I think, like, you know, like I said, he's so versatile, and I feel like a lot of those guys are. Like we're talking about Avonte Williams this class, and you know, we're talking about him as a guy that could potentially drop down and play slot. You know, he's a guy that could be so electric in so many different places in the secondary, and I think Kinchens is just another one of those types of guys where there's just the possibilities are endless, especially once you get him into a college system, and you know, you continue to develop him and you get him with David Feely and stuff. I just think that he's one of those guys that, you know, just brings so much to a defense. And then you throw on his leadership skills and just all of that. And you have a really, really good defensive back in Kamren Kinchens. I really believe that this was a huge get.
Yeah. So we've on the podcast we've heard him described as having Jaquan Johnson's leadership ability but better ball skills. How do you feel about that comparison?
Oh yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, again, he's a kid that's intercepted 13 passes